Good morning. How are you today? It's a little cold, but it is Sunday, and today the talking heads are going wild, and I hope to listen to some of it. I'm going to do my podcast today, and so maybe you and I will think about what I might talk about. And unless it changes, at 10 o'clock tonight, I will join Ari Melber for his special on the impeachment that's supposed to get underway starting tomorrow when the Speaker sends the resolution from the House to the Senate. But it'll be a week or so before any trial is underway. I've been listening to what people say about the impeachment. Why do we need to do it? He's not in office. Well, for one thing, so that he'll never be in a public office again, which is one of the remedies provided for by our Constitution. And by that phrase alone in the Constitution, it suggests that we do think about holding accountable presidents and others not in office, but who still could have influence and have views that challenge the very existence of our democracy, as is the case when you have Trump inciting people to riot, an insurrection, to overthrow the government, to overthrow an election by a democratic vote, therefore anti-democracy, therefore autocracy. So that's the division. And I've used the term holding people accountable for one of the reasons we should go forward. But I've decided that's kind of a squirmy word. What we're really talking about is assigning guilt, ascribing to the only president in American history terms like seditious, traitorous, autocratic, overthrowing the government. And I think that quote, accountability, as squirmy a word as it is, encompasses all those words, or another word should be chosen, because it's one of those words that doesn't quite say what you mean. Accountable, okay. You know, when we arrest somebody for killing someone, how much do we talk about it as accountable? You know, there's a proportion of the response. And the proportion of the response for somebody that would overthrow our government has got to be great and severe. Removing him from office is not considered a punishment. It's considered an adjustment. And prohibiting him from running for office again is proportionate and correct and right, given the nature of the offense. But I think the impeachment trial is about something else. It is about all of those who could vote to acquit Trump. Because when we have even the outgoing majority leader, McConnell, say that this was an impeachable offense, although he hasn't said and pledged how he would vote, we're already down that road in which we have a leader joining the 10 Republicans in the House who voted for impeachment, saying that he sees this as an impeachable act as well. And how will he vote? I don't know. That's a question of leadership. But how each senator votes is an indication whether they support democracy or autocracy. I happen to think that this impeachment may be the most important business in terms of the structure of our democracy than anything else. And we should not do it in a half-assed fashion, as some suggest. And I've modified my views, if you follow my walk and talk, from saying, we could do this thin. I was thinking more likely we would pick up more Republicans who would say and do the right thing. Now I'm not so sure of that. What we've seen is that there is still a strong far-right movement in America. And it crosses the pond to Germany that doubled down on security after we had our event on January the 6th, fear of the alt-right, really strong conservative movement that they're experiencing in Europe. So we have more than, just some rabble. We have people in and out of government, in and out of our armed services who are betraying the nation. And That's a concern that we have to deal with. Now, I think that we have to pay attention to the fact that when we had the inauguration, yes, we did what we usually do, modified by the pandemic, but also modified by the legitimate concern about an attack, about insecurity. So we had our inauguration, but with 24,000 plus troops. So we are paying attention. So are we going to be able to have unity? Will McConnell find his mojo and do what he seems inclined to do, which is to disapprove, to vote for the impeachment, the conviction of the impeachment of Trump? That remains to be seen. I propose several things in my mind as I'm thinking about it, about this impeachment. One is, I don't think that the jurors can contain anyone who voted for the resolution to throw out the election. That's a gimme. And I think certain people who've been witnesses to this event, in the sense of participants, maybe shouldn't be involved. And I think this fight should be brought to the Senate so that it's visible. You know, as a trial lawyer, one of the first things you look at when you actually have a trial with jurors is, you know, can they be impartial? Now, they all take a vow in the impeachment process. You learned the last time, and the rules will be the same this time. Well, we know that there are a whole bunch of these people, I think, who felt strongly enough to vote that the election was won by Biden, and basically. So I think they should be two things. They should be excluded, and that's Hawley and, of course, Cruz and others. And maybe they should be witnesses as well. And I think there should be witnesses. I've said this before. You can call them the Three Stooges or or the Three Amigos, the president, his son, and Rudy the Red. So I have some other ideas, and I'll be working them out while I'm walking. And for now, I'm in my cathedral of trees, and I'm going to enjoy the cold weather and this nice walk, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.